Hello there, everybody. It is, of course, me again, Eep, and today I'll be talking about this drawing site that I absolutely hate. I used to use it, but I could never really get the hang of it because it has a lot of things that I just do not like. If you like Sketchpad, that's perfectly fine. These are just my opinions, and yeah. The first thing that I really hate about Sketchpad is the layer system. Basically, every single line you draw is in its own layer, and then you have to like group all the layers and move them. And if you want to get something above some under something else, such as coloring to your line art, you have to group everything and then get rid of that. And that is so annoying. It makes it almost like impossible for you to do anything with layers, and they're pretty much essential for most digital art. Like you can figure it out, but even with that, my first video on here is literally in one layer challenge, but even with that in mind, you can only do so much with that. And that like you could work without layers. It is possible, but that doesn't even begin to talk about the fact that Sketchpad is also so kind of not really that good in so many other regards that it makes it even harder to work without layers. Um, the other thing is like I was using this pen, and you can see the line like I've already showed, but the whole whatchamacallit, like line pressure changing, whatever, I forgot the line sensitivity. It was so bad. Things would be so different, such different sizes. It was so confusing, so weird, and it just was so hard to work with. I couldn't get good lines. You'll see in a second drawing, I used like a pencil with no line variety, and it that actually did look pretty good. But I mean, again, you can't use any line variety, which is essential for a lot of art styles. Um, and I had to draw everything on top of it. Then I had to group everything, and then I had to bring it all to the top, and it was just so confusing. And so then there's like this thing with multiply. There's no layer types, which isn't the end of the world. You have to do it with your pen because, of course, everything's a different layer. So I had to use just a light pink to layer my multiply layer on, which isn't the worst thing in the world. You'll get low overlap a lot of times if you're like drawing multiply layers, like multiply strokes close to each other, and then they go on to each other, obviously. But it's really not the end of the world in addition to everything else. Alright, here's the really annoying thing. Since everything is a different layer, your eraser is a different layer, and it's there, and you can move it around. And that is so annoying. When I erase something, I want it to be gone. Like, gone, period. I don't want it there anymore. So it just always bugged me so much. So, because you can move the eraser. Moving any other brush stroke is fine. But the eraser, why would you move the eraser? Why would you be like, oh, I erased the wrong spot. Now I'm gonna move it over. And of course, again, the layer thing's a mess. So even like removing brush strokes and stuff, it can only do so much. A lot of times, if you want to move a whole hand, why didn't move that entire hand with one brush stroke? I'll need to move every single piece. So like, what's the point at that point? This drawing where I use no line variety actually isn't that bad, but I also didn't add color or shading or anything, which isn't like super crazy, but it's like some people do want to add color or shading or something, and it's just really aggravating. Um, the one good thing about Sketchpad, which I will talk about later, is the like variety of brushes. They're cool brushes, okay? Like I feel like that's the appeal. They do have, of course, your standards, but they also have like this web thingy and this sketchy thingy that like are really cool looking. Like they are uh, if at if not cool, like if not interesting looking, they're at least unique. Like they're objectively not something you'll see very often, and they are cool brushes. I do have fun whenever I get on here once in a blue moon to play around with the fun brushes, but like never actually trying to make any art. And here's where I do this. This is every brush they have. Um, the other thing is they just keep so many things in like one area. Like you have your colors and this and that all in this one section. And like my big thing with this is just like the layers, moving the eraser, and the thing and the brush to try to get line variety was not helpful at all. Uh, and yeah, that those are my main complaints though. But like the two like my biggest complaints though are just the two things that you really need to get right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, uh, that should be, and here's me moving the eraser again. That is all for this video. Here are the drawings I made in this video. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And if you enjoy Sketchback, seriously, it's tell me what you actually like about it, because I'm honestly curious now. Um, yeah, tell me my voice is annoying and my art is terrible, or tell me my voice isn't annoying and my art is decent. I don't care. Have a great day. Bye.